Hi learners. Now that we know what a research problem is and why it is important to identify and state the research problem, let's learn how to define a research problem. As discussed earlier, defining a research problem is a very crucial and a pivotal step in the research process. There is no doubt that identifying a research problem is a very difficult task, and most of the times this aspect is overlooked. This brings problems in future phases of research. A research problem should be defined in a very systematic manner. And we shall now be discussing the steps of defining a research problem. The first step is the preparation of statement of problem in a general way. The researcher should prepare the research problem in a very general and logical way, irrespective of the domain of research. He should consider all theoretical, practical, and intellectual interests at this stage. It will be a good idea if the researcher does few field observation, preliminary surveys, and pilot studies so as to understand the problem in a better manner. The next step is understanding the nature of the problem. The researcher needs to understand the problem in a detailed manner. He should be aware of the cause and character of the problem in clear terms. He should discuss the problem with the people who are involved in the situation and are studying the environment in which the problem is supposed to be solved. The next step is a survey of literature. It is also important to study the available literature in connection with the problem in hand. It helps the researcher to examine the current dimensions of specific area under study, which further helps in enhancing the knowledge of the researcher. It also helps the researcher to discover what data and other material is readily available on the given topic to further narrow down the research problem. Experiential advice is another important step in defining the research problem. Discussion with the persons who have experience in the field of research always produces good results throughout the research process, and especially at the stage of a research problem identification. Their suggestions, observations, and comments are very useful for the researcher to understand the topic at hand. Then, the researcher rephrases the research problem. After understanding the nature of the problem, survey of literature, and discussion with the experts, researcher redefines the research problem in a more practical and logical manner for conduct of research. The researcher redefines the research problem in operational terms, which helps him to develop the working hypothesis. So learners, these were the 5 steps in defining and stating a research problem. Thank you.